You know who else was
brands.
tough?
What happened?
Skip Bayless is tough.
Oh, God.
He's winning right now, Ashley. Skip Bayless is winning. Because when I think about Skip Bayless and what's happening, right? So for some people that have been living under a rock over the last couple of months, Shannon Sharp left the show, right? Like Correct. I think we may have felt some things happening going back to the DeMar Hamlin thing, and they start having some explosive debates and some real head-to-head confrontation. But then all of a sudden one day they're like, I bought myself out, right? And since then, Ashley, I would say that he's had the biggest rebound of the year. And when I think about FS1, and Undisputed, I think about them going head to head with First Take, right? Because Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless started together. It feels like they created this whole debate world, this type of show, but then they went their separate ways. And Shannon Sharp came in, and to me, he was one of the best on television, but he leaves. And since then, you add who? Richard Sherman, Lil Wayne, and now, here you go. Michael Irvin, Keyshawn Johnson just added to the mix. Actually, this came out yesterday.
So are they swapping people? I'm confused.
That's what it seems like.
Because Michael Irvin was what Shannon Sharp now is to Stephen A. Smith. So they just swapped?
Okay, so basically, Skip Bayless took Stephen A's model, right? So Stephen A walked away from Max Kellerman. They had a nice little run together, and he went to this, hey, let's go to this contributor model. I'm going to have Michael Irvin on a Monday, and I'm going to have this guy on a Tuesday, and this person during basketball season. So that's what they did. Michael Irvin's in this position because at the Super Bowl, he was accused of, like, touching a lady. But the Marriott is actually in the wrong, and they're about to probably pay Michael Irvin a shit ton of money because when the footage came out, he didn't even touch the lady. But ESPN and also NFL Network is like, well, we're going to sit this one out. Skip Bayless said, hell no, I'm going to go get Michael Irvin. So I think that, I don't know if this is going to make this show better, but I think it's going to make us tune in. Right. And now the chemistry. Better. Well, we got to see the chemistry. Like, how are they going to work together? It takes time. Like, if you go back to when Skip and Shannon first started, it was rough for the first couple of months, maybe even the first 6 to 9 months.
I would say the first year.
I think the difference, though, is if you look, Skip has a connection to all of those people in some way, shape, or form. Him and Lil Wayne are friends. He knows Keyshawn from his time at ESPN. I'm sure him and Michael Irvin have, him being a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan, that's the connection there. Also, you got to remember Rachel Nichols is going to be on during NBA season. They have a relationship. So these are all people who, while they're new, Richard Sherman notoriously, they went at it in some way, shape, or form. There's a history, there's a backstory there, and I think that the transition, although it may take a while for them to figure out each other's like buttons and stuff, I do think the transition and the chemistry will be there a lot quicker than it was with Shannon, who he didn't know.
Right. Well, I don't know. It's tough. These shows are tough. We're not a debate show, but you and I will debate, here and there, maybe once a week. And probably once a month, it gets really heated, right? But think about this. We've been doing this for 6 months, and there's been at least 2 times where, we have to have conversations after, like, you good? I'm good. You good? Cool. And we have to have you know what I mean? So, like, that's the thing about daily shows. You've seen it on FS1 or Undisputed. You've seen it on First Take, even when Skip and Stephen A was there. So how are they going to handle those moments? Richard Sherman, he's the type of dude. Remember how this relationship even started? He went on First Take and challenged them, right?
I'm better at life.
So I think it's going to start off great, but then when you're in like halfway through the season and Skip is saying something crazy, Richard Sherman, like, we are expecting Richard Sherman to be Richard Sherman. If you're not, you lose all credibility and we ain't rocking with you no more, right? What are they going to do in that moment?
I need Richard Sherman to just once say, I'm better at life.
Better at life than you.
Like, just bring it back once at the perfect moment. I'm better at life than you.
He said that to him. He was
with a straight face, but it was Stephen A's face that was funny because Stephen A went like this.
Didn't we play it on the show before?
We did. We played it.
Please show this clip.
Stephen A literally closed his eyes and like it was almost like a dart went through his heart because he felt that. He was like, "Damn, Skip, that's crazy. Right. That had to hurt."
Right. That was so good. Yeah. Are you watching?
I'm better at life.
Are you watching?
I didn't watch before.
Are you watching? I don't care about all of that. Are you watching Monday? Put it back up. What they say Monday at what time? Please.
9:30.
Monday 9:30 Eastern. If you're in the West Coast, like JP
that's 6:30.
and
That's
Jazz, that's 6:30.
crazy.
Are you watching Ashley Nicole Moss?
I will probably watch like the first week, like to see like the vibe and like who comes in, and then I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I'm not probably gonna watch.
Why'd you just say it like that?
What?
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you.
No, because I was thinking of two things. I'm gonna be 100%. I'm gonna be no.
She
for
went
real.
from New York to.
I'm gonna be really, really honest. Like I'll probably watch the premiere week,
right?
So that like, because we'll probably talk about it and dissect it, and I want to like actually have the knowledge of it to be able to speak on it. But I probably won't. First of all, I don't even know where FS1 is on my cable.
You ain't watch me when I was on First Things First for that year. You didn't watch me, Ashley?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I don't even know where it is. Like I don't even know how to. I know what the number of ESPN is off the top of my head. I have no idea where this is. I just don't.
I'm just thinking about what I just said. I just kind of met you. What?
I was in. When you were on that show, I was probably what? What year were you on that show?
That was what? That was 2020, 2021.
2020, 2021.
Yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't watching that. I wasn't watching FS1.
That show was weak as hell.
Yeah.
I like Nick Wright. I like Nick Wright, but that show, and I like Chris Bouchard. Chris took my spot. Gave it to him. Really quick before we move on, I don't know where you're trying to take news or if we have other topics, but can we bring JP in? JP, are you there? Last time we called on you, Ashley, in the open of this show, she said this is the voice of God.
Like Morgan Freeman.
JP, if you're there, can you come in and give us an update on what's happening in the chat? What are you seeing? You know, I see us hitting 400, 500, so shout out to everybody's rocking with us. Those are big numbers for us. We're going to continue to grow. But JP, are you there? Voice of God, are you there?
I am present, sir.
Okay, what's going on in the world of our chat?
For starters, B Morale, who doesn't have a job, is fresh off of vacation in the chat talking crazy.
Actually, what? I told you at the beginning of the show.
You did say that.
Didn't I say we need JP's voice? JP, we're gonna send out a video camera to your apartment, your condo, the house, wherever the hell you live, because you are now a part of the show. Well, explain what's happening.
Can I get a tissue, please?
You see, so JP, what's happening? Oh,
B Morale is
move your mic. Get off the
He's
show.
a super chatter. But I'm glad he's back, fresh off vacation. He took a week off to get his affairs in order, and we're happy to have him.
How do you go on vacation without a job though? Like,
this is what we need to ask B Morale. Thank you for that.
Okay, so B Morale's back. What is he saying though? Like, that's so wild.
He trolled your boat. I mean, he thinks that, listen, today he said that Jonathan Taylor is the second coming of Eric Dickerson.
Okay. All right. All right. Why is that a troll though? Like, that went over my head.
Well, that was just the wildest thing he said today. Also,
hey, hold on. B Morale just jumped in the chat. He said flight points. I said, how you gonna go on vacation and you don't got a job? He say flight points. You don't even say it right. Ain't no flight points. What is it called? Something miles. What is it? Ashley, get yourself together. This is hilarious. All right, what else is going on in the chat, JP?